All right. Thanks, Tim. Anxious to get back out on the field this week and see if we can play a little bit better offensively. So looking forward to finishing up our season here at home. It's great when you can finish your year with 2 home games and get a chance to really embrace your seniors. It's a special week for us. It's Military Appreciation Week, as we all know. Military Appreciation Day on Saturday, and we're going to wear our purple. And so I know we'll have all the fans in purple and all that stuff. But looking forward to that. And also, from a military appreciation standpoint, we've got some of my former players that are now in the military that are going to lead the team down the hill. Alex Pearson, who's in the military now, and Nelson Farber is in the military, Scotty Cooper, and Mason Cloy. So pretty cool to have 4 of my former players that actually played for me to be able to come back and participate in the military appreciation festivities. And then also it will individually honor our seniors, this ball game. Honor them as a group next week, but individually this week. And really excited about our seniors. This is a special group. They got a chance to get their 40th win in their career this week, and if we can find a way to win the game, 40 wins in a 4-year career for these guys is pretty special. It'll tie them for the winningest senior class in school history with that 1990 group that put together a really special run from 87, 88, 89, and 90. So special opportunity still in front for this group of seniors, and then from a team standpoint, just trying to regroup and have a great finish. That's what we're 100% focused on. Getting ready for Georgia State. Georgia State is a team that has had some tough losses. They're a young program, and they got a second-year head coach. But they've got some guys. They've got some guys that can make some plays on both sides of the ball, and we've got to play well. I mean, and especially with some of the mistakes that we've made offensively the last couple of ball games. If we go out there and we continue the trend of turning the ball over, anything can happen. So it's really about us trying to really improve as a team. Their offense, most of you guys remember Jagozinski, who was the Boston College head coach. He's their offensive coordinator. He's been in the pros. They got a good scheme. They throw the ball all over the park. I mean, they throw it. They really throw the ball probably as well as anybody we've played in a while. They do a nice job with their scheme. A lot of quick game, a lot of empty, a lot of verticals, and then they do a good job with their counter and power and inside zone running game. But they know what they're doing in the passing game, and so it's a big challenge for us there to really, play fundamentally sound and execute our defense against some good players. They've got a Biletnikoff guy at wide out. They got a Mackey guy at tight end. The quarterback, is been impressive as far as his accuracy in throwing the football and putting the ball on the money with some of the deep balls that he's thrown. So it's going to be a good challenge for our guys from a passing game standpoint, especially in how they try to attack you. And then defensively, looking at them, it's a little harder to really get dialed in on them. They've really over the course of the season, they've really done a lot of different things defensively, a lot of different looks, a lot of different fronts, a lot of different personnel groupings, kind of from week to week. And I think maybe some of that's probably due to just injuries, and then some of it's due to them just trying to find something that really fits their personnel the best. We've got to just get a good plan, and we have to do a great job of executing offensively, something that we haven't done, especially in this last ball game. It's just about as bad as I've ever seen offensively. So big challenge, and our guys are excited about getting back out there and playing these guys. Cole Stout will start the game. I like how he's responded. and in my meeting with him, and then also just coming back to work yesterday and last night. He gives us the best chance to win, and I think it's important that we really have a good week of practice and come out of this week with some confidence with Cole. Obviously had a bad day Saturday, but the best of the best have a bad day. Last week the week before that he was our offensive MVP, and the week before that he won the leather helmet. So we've seen him play better. We need him to play better, and everybody else has to help him play better too. All the position groups, us coaches, everything. So it's not just on Cole, but I know that's something that everybody's kind of wondering what we're going to do this week. But he will start the game, and we'll go from there. But hope we have a great crowd. Really excited about like I said, getting back and finishing this season. We only get 7 days a year that we get to all gather up in this stadium, and it's special. And everybody needs to appreciate those opportunities because we live for them all year long. We can't wait to have a chance to have a home game, and we get a chance to have 2 in a row here, and we're going to do everything we can on this end to try to have a great finish, and I hope our fan base will do the same. Come out and support these guys, and let's have a great senior day, military appreciation day, and these final 2 weeks send our seniors out the right way. With that, I'll take any questions.
Yeah, but what's the short-term, what's realistic for Deshaun as far as any sense at all about next week?
It's day-to-day. That's all I can tell you, Chris, is day-to-day, that it gets better every day. We're kind of expecting the worst. I think when I talked to y'all Sunday night, I literally, not long after I hung up the phone with you guys Sunday night was when I got the call, and and we got some good news. So, but he's still got an injury. It's not like he's out there doing sprints just yet. But it's not what we thought it was. We know how to attack it now, and he was better. He was a lot better. He was better Sunday, and he was better yesterday than he was Sunday. So it truly is a day-to-day thing, and. I don't see any way that he would possibly play this weekend, but we're hopeful that he can play next week. But I can't tell you that today. I really don't know.
What grade tear was it?
It was just a sprain.
Okay.
It was an LCL sprain.
That's a 1 then?
I don't know. Just LCL sprain. That's all I know.
Did they tell you that?
They don't do surgery on it. You just put a brace on it and go play.
Is MCL and ACL fine?
Yeah, there was no issues, no surgery.
Have they talked about, it's obviously doctors will tell you when he's cleared and all that, but is there a risk if he comes back too early to do further damage to his knee?
I talk to doctors about that. When they tell me he can play, he plays. I don't have anything to do with any of that. That's what our medical team does. We're not going to put anybody out there that's not ready to play. They all have risk when you go out there. That's just part of this game. Anytime you step on the field, you have risk. We got tons of guys that are playing with minor injuries that could make them worse. That's just the nature of the game. And but I don't get involved in all that stuff. When they tell me a guy can play, we plan for him, and if they tell us we can't plan for him, we don't.
You mentioned fans and set this up. They have a lot of good feeling going into the game, but fans can be worried or concerned how they can react to Cole.
Well, not if they're who I think they are. That would be a real shame. Why would we react bad to Cole Stout? Why? Because he had a bad game. We got a lot of guys that have a bad game. This kid has given 4 years of his life to Clemson University, and has, one thing I'll say about Cole Stout last year and the year before was always ready. Whenever we've needed Cole Stout, he was always ready. And has he lost some confidence this year? Probably. Has it been a difficult situation? Probably. But for our fans to not embrace this young man, okay, you can be disappointed if a guy doesn't play well or something like that. But at the end of the day, we're all supposed to be family. and you have each other's back. It's just you honest and and that kind of stuff, but you still love each other and you have each other's back. You're not going. I mean, this guy's done nothing but represent this university with class. He's been a great ambassador, and he's not the reason we lost the Georgia game. He played pretty good, doggone good against Georgia game. In fact, went back and watched that game, so he could be reminded of how well he played. He's certainly not the reason we lost the Florida State game, and that's just the way it is. And but it's a shame. That's the world we live in. Back in the day, you'd have maybe a bad newspaper article and it got thrown in the trash, and you went on about your business. And whereas now these young people are growing up where they're surrounded by negativity and to the nth degree, and it's difficult. It's difficult for a young person that hasn't lived a long time and maybe doesn't quite have the perspective of life as some of us that have been around a little bit longer and been through some things. I think that is a shame that question is even asked, because what has he done to warrant somebody booing a guy or something like that? That would be an embarrassment and an absolute shame. Everybody needs to stand and they need to cheer loudly for Cole Stout. Cole Stout could have left here. He could have packed up and left, but he sat here and he was the best backup he could be for 3 years and came through for us every time, and he did everything he could to help us win this year. He got beat out. He continued to have a great attitude. He continued to represent this program the right way, and that's the way it is. People need to get a life if they're gonna boo a guy like Cole Stout. He's a class act, and he deserves to be treated with class. You don't have to maybe like how he's played in spots or something like that, but that's a personal thing. But you don't, you still got to celebrate what a young man has done in his career here. And it's my hope that Cole will finish this thing out great. I mean, listen, we've won 6 out of the last 7. We ain't lost 4 in a row. I mean, we had a bad day, a bad day offensively. We played well enough on defense and special teams to win that game, but we had a really bad day offensively. There's no doubt about that. And we all have adversity. We all make mistakes. We all do make bad decisions. And, the one thing that I've learned in my life, and the thing that I try to instill in our players here, is that, when adversity comes in your life, or things don't go the way, or you do something stupid, or you make some type of mistake, you really got a choice. I mean, you can let that moment, or just bad decision or mistake, or that adversity in your life define you for the rest of your life, and just drag it around. Just let it define who you are. You can let it destroy your life, which a lot of people do, or you can let it develop you. That's really the choice. And what I try to teach our guys through the game of football is to allow things to develop, good things and the bad things, to develop them into the person that God's created them to be. That's just my opinion and my beliefs. I think Cole Stout will use this adversity to develop him. We've done that as a football program. I mean, you look at the other night, who played Monday night? It was the Patriots and the Colts, and I was thinking about that. Winners. I mean, this world's full of quitters. All right, but winners in this world, the winners are the ones who don't get discouraged by their defeats. I mean, you name any of them. The greatest winners you've ever known in this world all had massive defeats, but they didn't get discouraged by those defeats. They continued to learn and grow and develop. Whether it was Michael Jordan, whether it was John Wooden, who coached 17. All we know is John Wooden won 10 championships, but he coached 17 years before he won his first one. All right? And I'm sure he had a lot of discouraging defeats along the way, but he continued to let that develop him. And And that's what I try to teach our players, is to use all these things in your life to develop. And football is such a great teacher for life. I mean, we lost a football game. We had a guy have a bad game. There's going to be a lot worse things happen than that. There's a lot, so having the right kind of perspective and understanding that, hey, we've won 6 out of 7. We ain't lost 4 in a row. We had a bad day. We haven't had a bad year. Let's go finish this thing and let's have a great year. I watched Tom Brady the other night. Earlier part of the year, the Patriots. This is the world we live in. They played, I think it was the Chiefs, maybe on Monday night, or Sunday night, and I mean got boat raced, smoked, and Tom Brady was awful. Anybody remember that game? I mean, awful. In fact, they benched Tom Brady. They benched him. They took him out. And I remember watching that. The commentators, they were going on about, I can't believe they benched Tom Brady. And Tom Brady, what does he come out and he says? He says, shoot, they should have benched me. I played terrible. And they, and everybody's, oh, Tom Brady, he can't do it. The Patriots can't do it anymore. Tom Brady's, he's too old. He's too slow. He's this and that. And his comments were, hey, I'll fix it. And then I watch him Monday night, and it's amazing. So you let those things develop you. You don't let, okay, you had a bad game. Is that going to define you for the rest of the year? Is that going to define your team for the rest of the year? Or are you going to let that develop you into what you're capable of being? And so that's a choice and a decision that people have to make in what they're doing. Because everybody deals with disappointment from time to time. I mean, there's a lot of good teams out there that are dealing with some disappointment like we are. We have not had a bad year. We got a chance to have a great year, and that's our focus. I mean, we got a chance to finish 10-3, have 4 10-win seasons. That's only happened once in our history. And well, let's focus on that. Let's go do it. All right. That's what we got in front of us. We got a chance to finish ranked 4 years in a row. That's happened, I think, last time like 86 to 91, that era. That'd be something special. These seniors could leave here as the winningest class. We can be state champs. We can win the bowl game. There's a lot of things for us to focus on. So, yeah, we're frustrated that didn't go our way last week, but we're going to learn from it, grow from it, flush it, and let it develop us hopefully into the type of team that we want to be this year, but more importantly, the type of program that we're building here. There's a bigger picture, and it's a great game to teach individuals, the fundamentals of life.
When you went back and watched the first half of the Georgia game, did anything specific occur to you that y'all need to get back to on offense?
Yeah, execution. Playing with confidence. Just lost our confidence a little bit. We had 300 yards in that first half. It's about as clean an execution as you can have, but it's been a struggle. I mean, we haven't. And as I said the other day, there's really no excuses because we got everything we need to win. And listen, if you really sit back and you look at our season, we've had one bad day. We got a tough opener in Athens against a good team, and we weren't good enough to close it out in the fourth quarter. And then we had a game that, we really won on the field, lost on the scoreboard somehow, some way. But we played about as well as we could possibly play as far as how you play the game against Florida State. And then we had a horrendous day offensively against Georgia Tech. Special teams was very, very solid. Defensively, gave up a couple plays, but really played well. They didn't have a rushing touchdown. We gave up a couple big plays, dug in, held them to field goals. Played good enough to win. So, but offensively, it's been a little bit of a struggle. We had hoped at this point in time we would really be in sync and playing our best football, but we just haven't been able to get the continuity and the chemistry like we need to, and the consistency. And although we've seen some spurts here and there, it's been a struggle. But the biggest thing is we've just got to get that confidence back, and hopefully we can do that this weekend.
What's Martin Jenkins' prognosis?
He's still out right now. We're hopeful that he'll be back for South Carolina as well. Don't anticipate him playing this week.
How did Tron react?
Really good. Really good. He really he was, I think, very encouraged. He responded very well after the game on Sunday, and so very encouraged with where he is right now going into these last couple weeks, and especially into the bowl season as well.
Do you hope to play Schuster's son a lot? Not at all?
No, I definitely hope to play him. I think the more experience we can get Nick, the better. Our objective is to go win the game, but I do hope that we can, play Nick. I was proud of him, and how he went in and took what was there, and he missed a couple protection things, but Nick has really improved. He just doesn't have a lot of experience yet, but he has really improved. He's worked very hard to get better, to prepare. He's gotten very serious about his preparation, which has been good to see. He's got a different, level of urgency to him this year than he has in the past, and he's going to be a very important part, moving forward. We don't. It's not like we got a bunch of quarterbacks. We're going to have two young ones coming in here. Tucker Israel and Kelly Bryant will be arriving